All right, what is going on, everybody? This is Costa Games. Today we're going to be talking about smithing and Bannerlord. Now, smithing is a very, very easy way of making money once you get it leveled up, and actually, even at the beginning, it's a pretty solid way of making money, and it's a way of getting very, very good weapons just by yourself, not having to rely on spending dinars or anything to get them, but you're going to have the dinars anyways. So as you can see, my smithing is 304. I think I was kind of maxed out at like 288 or something like that, and then there was my line. It was like 288 was my line, and then it's been growing as I stayed. So I don't really know how the skills work, but I was able to get the legendary smith just by using the endurance points, the attribute skill points, and then adding the points to this also. So we're going to go ahead and go into one of my settlements here, and we're going to go enter smithy, and I'm going to show you guys a handful of things. So the way you make money by smithing, you can craft weapons and sell them back. I have found the best way of making money is actually through the order system. And I'll show you guys, if you pull this up, the notables in a settlement are going to give you stuff to make. I have found that the javelins and throwing axes are some of the easiest you can do, because there's not a lot or the javelins have a handful more, but the throwing axes are very, very easy no matter the difficulty. I'm going to show you why. When you click it, look at the options here. These are all of the options you get. This is vanilla Bannerlord, I will say that. So if you add mods or whatever, like the better smithing or whatever, you are going to have a little bit higher. And now if we look at all these tabs here, as you can see down here at the bottom, we do have our materials, which we are going to have to get some more of, because I don't think, yeah, we can't even do that. Wonderful. I'm going to show you how to get materials first. As you can see, I have a little bit of hardwood and some charcoal. I did just fight some looters, though, which are going to be something that you're going to be bumping into very early in the game anyways. As you can see, I have all of their weapons. So we're going to go ahead and smelt this pitchfork. Pitchforks are a very cheap way of getting hardwood sometimes. And smelt those. And then we're going to craft up some more charcoal. We'll do that again. So, got a couple materials, got some more hardwood and such, which is always wonderful. We can also get that through trading. So, like I said, the pitchfork, as you can see at 96 dinars, it is going to be 3 hardwood. So you're paying about 32 dinars per hardwood, which sometimes isn't bad. Like some settlements, the hardwood's like 40. So pitchforks are a good way of getting hardwood if you have them available, or if you fight a lot of looters and you get pitchforks. The blacksmith's hammer is going to give you some of the basic iron, which is a very handy thing to have. You're going to need a lot of that starting off. Gosh, they don't even have that. Oh yeah, blacksmith hammer right here. So for 70 dinars, I'll show you what you get. You're going to get a hardwood, which you value about 20 dinars on average. You're going to get a crude iron and a wrought iron, which I would say are about 20-30 dinars a piece. So as you can see, blacksmith hammers are a very, very easy way of making some profit there. Let's see actually what it's worth. Crude iron, there we go, 30. So in this town alone, I can pay 70 dinars for a blacksmith's hammer, and I would get 117 profit. So I'm making I get 117 net, which would mean I would get a profit of 47 dinars just by breaking down a blacksmith's hammer. But it does require a charcoal, which is worth a lot here for some reason. So honestly, just breaking down some of the materials, you can make money with smithing. So we're going to actually go to another place real quick, because I need some materials that they do not have. Awesome. So I'm at another one of my settlements, and we're going to go into the trade icon here. And as you can see, you have all these swords and everything, and you may be wondering, like, oh, what do I break down to get some of the better materials? Because when you go in your smithy, obviously you have the fine steel and this kind of steel, which is Damascus basically. Regular steel, iron, wrought iron, crude iron. And then obviously you have your hardwood and materials that you need just to craft these things or refine these things. So first of all, we're going to go down here and we're going to grab all of their hardwood because I need it. Second, I do like breaking down pitchforks. I do like breaking down the blacksmith hammers. They're very, very handy. You can buy a whole lot of them, like all 81 of these. I'm only paying 6 grand for them, which is nothing. When you're crafting some of these things, that they're paying you hundreds of thousands of dinars just to make. So to get these irons, steel, and fine steel, you can refine it. You can get steel out of refining, but it's so cost heavy. It's not really worth it. Like 2 iron or 2 raw iron just to make 1 iron. It's not super worth it. So what I like to do, and when you look at the value, let's do this real quick. When you look at the value of some of these things, iron's worth 70, steel's worth 115, fine steel at 180. So they're pretty expensive materials. You don't want to be spending, 70 each, so 140 just to make a 120 dinar item. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're at a negative here. So what I like to break down is these tribesmen daggers. Any daggers, throwing daggers, are absolutely wonderful to break down, and we're going to grab a handful of these actually. Yes, they're expensive in some places. Some places they're not this bad, but here they are pretty expensive. We're going to drop 27k on these, and I'm going to show you what they break it down into though. So first of all, we're going to find some charcoal because we need it. And look at this. You get 1 iron, you get 1 raw iron, 3 iron, 1 steel, and 1 fine steel out of one of these. So I mean, you're talking like upwards of 500. So you're actually making a profit just to break these down outside of the charcoal. Charcoal can be expensive in some places. So as you can see, we actually learned a couple parts for the daggers. Just smelting items. So any items that you're like, I can't seem to craft it and get an item to learn, you can just smelt those items and you will learn something. One way I like to do that with some weapons is craft 1 and then break it down, or craft 10 of them and break them down, just because you get 2 chances basically at learning a new thing for that weapon. So we're going to go in here. All right, so now that we have some materials, we're going to be crafting some orders. I'm going to show you guys how I make money. I'm going to show you guys some of the easier ways that I think there are to make money. If we go up here to the order selection, these are the notables that are in the city. And Anita is my my governor here. It's my brother's wife. She has been governing this for a little while. So the rest of these are going to be notables. So your merchants and stuff, or gang leaders inside of your city. So if you look at these, at the top, you have what kind of weapon it is. You have the details of what they want down here, and then the difficulty and payment. If you achieve it and they accept it, this is what you're going to get paid. So as you can see, you can make a lot of money. Like I've gotten some big chunk of change, like over 100,000 dinars from crafting like 2-handed swords or something. So I always check these. Anytime I'm in a city, I check, because sometimes it's super easy. Like we did just spend 27,000 on stuff, but dude, just to craft, just for an example, we spent 27,000 on materials. If I just do this 2-handed axe, I pay for it and make a profit. And watch how easy this is. So here we go. We have an axe, a level 5 head, level 4 handle. Okay, they call it a handle. So level 4 handle and a level 5 pommel. So when you're doing these craftings, you have what they're wanting here. It has a like a bar that you have to fill. You want these to be all green, but I'm going to show you a way. You don't have to have them all green. Down here is the material cost, these little red numbers. Down below is what you currently have. And if you look at this bar here, it has your smithing level, the order difficulty. This blue line is what this person is wanting, what my notable's wanting. This is how hard they want it to be. This is what I currently have it at. So I can change that. So like if I go right here, or now if I go here, you'll see my difficulty drop because this is a level 2 head. Now if I put the level 5 head back on, my difficulty is much higher because this is a harder item to craft. When your difficulty is much higher than what the order requires, you can kind of have some things that don't match. And I've always had them accept it. I haven't had any issues with that. So as you can see, my swing speed is it's 1 point below what they're wanting. Now if I hit forge, client satisfied. And as you can see, sometimes it gives you some bonus, the skill bonus. So if my smithing skill is high above my difficulty percentage or my difficulty requirement for this order, I will get a bonus. So maybe even though I told it 85 or 84 and it needs 85, maybe this bonus would have popped up here and I would have had an 87 instead of an 84, and everything would have been green anyways. And then if you Do a really good job. They'll actually give you some extra money. So on these big orders, it's, you know, a few hundred dinars. On smaller orders, it's like 30, 50 dinars, but it is extra money. So we have made profit now just by crafting one thing. And then we get a relation increased with that notable, which is wonderful. It's a very, very easy way to farm reputation and farm money. Now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to show you some of the easiest ways I have of making money with smithing, especially when you're in the middle of smithing. So not when you're just starting off, but once you kind of get a few orders under your belt, look for these throwing axes. They're always going to be like 2,000 to 4,000 dinars. The difficulty can kind of jump all over the place. It can be like 50 difficulty up to like 200 something, but it's not going to matter, and I'm going to show you why. If we click this throwing axe, you can see the requirements. Look at the options that you have. That's it. So you get 2 categories, a head and a handle. 3 options each. There's only 6 things you have to learn. And you have everything you need to do for throwing axes. And literally anytime you come up and you have a throwing axe order, just max it out. That's all you have to do. Just max it out. Every single one of these. Max it out. Grab the best out of each one. Even if I grab these, I can do this. There you go. So, I mean, those are both going to be level 4s. Level 4 is the highest. So either one of those last 2, if you have either one of them, it's going to work. You're going to get this done. And as you can see, the order difficulty, even if it was 250, you can't go any higher, and the game knows that. So if the order difficulty is 250 and you have the best item selected, any of these class 4s, it's going to give it to you. So for 3 steel, which is in this town 120 a piece, so you're talking 360 dinars, and an iron, which is going to be another 100, and a charcoal. You're talking under 500 dinars. You're guaranteed to get 3,400. There you go. And sometimes you get some extra money. Yeah, there's another 35. So anytime you see throwing axes, do them. Two-handed swords make a lot of money, an unreasonable amount of money. So just like that. It's an ugly sword. It really is. But I mean, look at this. For 8,000, I'm spending less than 700 dinars to craft it up. That's it. That's all you have to do. And it is a ton of money. It is a great way to fund your kingdom or anything else that you have going on, your clan. There was a lot of times I would lose tournaments when I was just starting. And I mean, some of the tournament items, you know, you'd sell for just a couple grand, like a helmet or something or a weapon. I would lose a tournament and be like, wow, that sucks. And then I go look at the smithy and I make 10 grand at the smithy. And it's like, I really didn't even need to win the tournament or not. So it's always a very nice way to make money very early on. Look for the throwing axes. Look for, I would try to level up two-handed swords as much as you can because they make a ton of money. Throwing axes and javelins are going to be very, very easy to craft very early on. Like if we look here, you got 2 orders for javelins right here. They have a lot of orders for two-handed axe, which is kind of crazy. Just showing you how easy it is. It's like if we look here, and we want our missile speed to be higher, which means we're going to have to drop our shaft as much as we can. Oh, it's not going to let me. Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, but as you can see, like everything's maxed out. The game knows it's maxed out. My order difficulty is going to be 220. There's going to be something missing right here. I'm down by 1 on missile speed. Difficulty is only 20 or 215. They're going to accept it. It's as close as you can get. That's all that matters. The game's going to know that. And I'm going to show you guys one. I'm going to try to kind of get as close as I can without really fucking it up. So like if I was a lower level and I accepted one of these quests, like let's say I had just level 2 stuff, right? Okay. And this is the best I could do. Like honestly the best. This is all I had. I would just try to get it as close as possible. Just edit these a little bit. And as you can see, I'm way off. I can still forge this, and I can still get a lot of money. There's a lot of times that if you just do your best, get that difficulty as high as you can. Let's say they're offering 100,000 dinars for a two-handed axe, and I come in here and I do as best I can. Order difficulty 200, I do 100. They may give me 30,000 and be like, "I'm mad at you. I'm displeased, but here's money for the weapon." Out of the 100,000, you still got 30,000. And there's a chance that you learn a new head or something, and that's going to give you better options next time, you know, when you bump into another $100,000 project. So yeah, that is smithing 101 basically. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to help you guys out. Remember to smelt the daggers. Go get hardwood from Britannia. If you go right up here, there is some villages. Torlead here, this Glenelthrig. It's so weird saying the names. I never say the names because I didn't make videos on this before. But if you hit those two villages and then you hit Flintlog and Andorn and then all of these big cities here, all have a ton of hardwood. Literally just run in here and grab all the hardwood and then just do circles and smith at every city. Just do circles and smith and do tournaments all day long. And you will have a ton of money before you know it. Send all your companions out on caravans and you'll be good to go. Like you'll have all of the money and you'll be leveling up that foraging skill in no time. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to have helped you out a ton. Go get those dinars. If you guys want to watch anything about managing kingdoms, settlements, clans, marriage, all of that stuff here on my channel about Bannerlord, go check it out. I would greatly appreciate it. If you like this, leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I am a smaller channel, so it means a ton to me. Anything else that you guys want to see or want to talk about down in the comments, please do. I would be happily reply down there, and I'll see you guys in another video. Peace.